Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Now before we begin, as always, I have to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood. He of course went out in person and snapped these gorgeous high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below, cause without him, this series quite literally wouldn't be possible. Now if you are looking to pre-order the Book of Boba Fett Droid 3-pack, it is available from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have installment plans and a points-based reward system. Now, before we discuss the droids themselves, because as I just said, you get 3 of them, we do have to address the elephant in the room, or the lack thereof. Where the heck is Pelimoto? The curly-haired firecracker played by Amy Sedaris. I mean, she's the master of these droids, if you will. She's a pretty big character. We've seen her in Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. She was a mechanic turned unlikely ally, but as I said, where the hell is she? Hot Toys, she's a pretty main key character when it comes to Mando's cast of friends. I was hoping to see her eventually, but with them showing the droids on their own, I don't know how likely a Pelimoto figure actually is. Alright, enough moaning by me, let's talk about the actual droids, you know, the reason why you're all here. Now, R5 comes with a restraining bolt and a couple of doohickeys, maybe one of them is a bad motivator. R5 himself is pretty much a reused R2-D2 body with a brand new head, but that's perfectly fine with me. It's how he looked in A New Hope and The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett too. Who would have thought that R5, the little droid who couldn't, would become a mainstay character in Star Wars? Now, the best part about this set for me is it's kind of universal. You get droids from across the eras. R5 you can very easily put in your A New Hope display, as that's where we first saw him. The pit droids you can put with your prequel or maybe even your Clone Wars display, and BD, he can pretty much go anywhere, but we'll talk about BD. Spoiler alert, I really like him. Now R5 is painted beautifully. He's filthy, he's got dirt and grime in all the crevices, he's got oil stains, the red looks like it's seen better days, because we all know sand, it's coarse, it's rough, it gets everywhere, and it's clearly all over R5 here. He also has this kind of mottled, pitted texture, once again, as I said, really filthy. I do also really like that stain, oil, sort of dirt and grime spot where the restraining bolt would have been. Who knows how long R5 was sitting in the sandcrawler with the Jawas? He might have been there for 5, 10, 15 years, maybe even way before the events of A New Hope, so yeah, that restraining bolt would have been on for quite some time. It's clearly left its mark on R5. I do like the shape of the head, it's super unique, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more R5 units going forward. Now, the only issue for me is it's not metal. The best part about the Hot Toys R2 mold was the dome was real metal, it had that brushed look, you could feel that quality when you picked the boy up, but this one is all plastic, not a huge deal by any means, because it's painted anyway, but if only they'd managed to make that dome metal here too, they could have slapped a die-cast logo on the set, and it would have been just a little bit more appealing. I'm still really excited to get an R5. Never thought I'd be saying that, but here I am, and yeah, this guy is 100% going to find his way into my collection. On to BD-72. No, this isn't BD-1 from Jedi Fallen Order, but he could become that. If Hot Toys eventually decides, oh, Jedi Fallen Order, that little game, yes, it's worth our trouble, let's make a Cal Kestis, please Hot Toys, get that done, then they could reuse this mold for BD-1. But this is BD-72 from Book of Boba Fett. He's also absolutely filthy. He looks like he's got a couple of hinges and ball joints, so he'll be able to move around. I like his eyes and his antenna, plus there are a couple of wires poking out from beneath his body as well. If you're wondering, oh, he looks very small, He is very small. He's only 8 centimeters tall. He's absolutely tiny. But he looks really good, as I said. The detail on something as microscopic as this cute little guy is, it's on point. Hot Toys, I'm so happy that you're giving us a 1/6 scale BD. But please, 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 Cal Kestis and a BD1, make that happen. I know a lot of fans, including myself, will be over the moon to finally have a Cal Kestis, but maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I just think this little guy right here is kind of a wink wink nudge nudge type of situation by Hot Toys. I could be dreaming. I hope I'm not. Fingers crossed, Hot Toys, y'all can make that happen. Now, BD is the second droid to be included. The third is a pit droid, the classic kind of funky looking, kind of derpy little dudes that seem to fall over and drop things a lot. I'm happy we're getting a pit droid here. He's got a decent array of articulation, in fact. He's the most articulated of the bunch. He's got ball joints, he's got hinges, he's got ankle articulation, and torso crunch as well. Can you fold this guy up into his sleep/off/stasis mode? I don't know. I hope you can, but in the pictures Hot Toys released, they didn't show that. They showed them bending over and picking things up, but I don't know if he has enough articulation to fully crunch and fold up. As I said though, I really hope he can. I would have loved to have been able to purchase pit droids separately, or maybe even give us a 3-pack just of the pit droids. In the promo pics, they showed 3 different color schemes for the pit droids, couple with different markings, some painted with black, but they're only giving us this one with the brown square on his tummy. Now, honestly, you could army build this set if you wanted to, but that would mean you'd get multiple R5s, multiple BDs. Some people might like that. It's a customizer's dream, but for me, I just want more pit droids. 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of these little things causing havoc in the display. It looks like you can articulate his fingers. They are on hinges. So if you want him to be picking things up, or maybe dropping things, you can totally get that done. The little antennae do look like they're made of rubbery plastic, and his big honkin' eye is translucent plastic. By the way, just like the other 2 droids, this guy is filthy. In some of the pics, they show him interacting with the Gonk droid. You know what? Now that I think about it, adding a Gonk droid to this set as a nice 4th droid option, yeah, that would make the army building prospect just a little bit sweeter, cause you know Gonk. Gonk is king. And if we could have a bunch of Gonks in the display, yeah, that's a good thing too. Enough goofing around though, I'm really happy with this set. It's not going to be for everyone. There isn't a main character as a big draw here, but if you've been wanting an R5, a pit droid, and a BD unit, a little ragtag motley crew of misfit droids, well, look no further. This set is clearly for you, and it's clearly for me too. There aren't any display bases, they kept it super simple. Fingers crossed going forward, we can get more droid sets. We got the Grogu set, we've got this set. Little characters that kind of don't really warrant a full-on release just in and of themselves. This is the perfect way to get them made and into our collections. Now, if you do want to pre-order this trio of droids, they are available from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They do have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.